Hello everyone! You guys have been requesting that I test out this new foundation. I was planning on going and getting a sample of it from Sephora this weekend, but then Hourglass reached out to me and they were like, hey, you want to try our new foundation? And I was like, yeah, I really do. Hourglass recently reformulated their Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. It is in an oil-free formula now, so it's just supposed to be, you know, new and improved. I've never tried the older version, but I'm really stinking excited. I've heard great things about this stuff for people who have oily skin, which is me. I'm so excited. They say that we can expect miracles, you guys. Hashtag expect miracles. Like, that's how serious they are about the miraculousness of this foundation. So let's go ahead and hop on over to Hourglass's website really quick, just so we can make sure that I am going to be applying this correctly and everything, and then we can get on into applying this, hopefully correctly, and everything. Yee! I'm so excited. So like I said, this is the Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation, the miracle foundation for oily skin. You get 1 ounce of product and it is $56, so this is spendy, but it says that this is a breakthrough foundation that absorbs oil, camouflages imperfections, and delivers a long-lasting velvet matte finish. And we can expect miracles because 100% of people reported an improvement in overall skin appearance and skin smoothness, 83% reported a decrease in oil production, 70% reported visible improvement in the appearance of pore size, and 63% reported a reduction in the appearance of breakout severity. So they've got 22 shades to choose from. The lightest shade is Blanc. It does look very pale, and then you can see they have some other palish shades. They've got some medium beiges, regular beiges, some tans, some deeper tans, and it looks like the deepest that they go is the shade Ebony. And at least online here it looks like it's a decently deep shade. I think there's a pretty huge jump between the 2 deepest shades, so that is too bad. Hourglass is usually pretty dang good about coming out with some darker shades, so it's kind of sad to see that they've seemingly skipped out on some of them this time around. And then how to use, of course they want you to use their primer, and then you just shake the tube and squeeze the product onto the back of your hand. Then of course they're selling their brushes, but they recommend that you do use a brush for this and use circular strokes to apply and buff the product onto the face. Sponge application is not recommended. Okay, good to know. Because I did bring a sponge in here just so that we could do my half face like I usually do, half sponge, half brush, but I guess we're not going to do that since they say don't. I don't want to ruin the beautifulness, or the hopefully beautifulness. Let's go ahead, let's sing this song together, and then we can go ahead and test this out on my face. Let's test, hot mess or the best. So they gave me 2 shades. They gave me Pearl and Shell. I feel like Shell looked like it was gonna be a good shade for me. They honestly looked pretty similar. Well, hello. Oh, look at Hourglass coming through. They've got a safety seal on here. Let's see, here is, ooh. Oh, maybe, I don't know, that looks like a pretty good. Is it a little dark for me? Let's look, shall we? Here's Shell. We'll just blend this out a little bit. Maybe that would be good for me. Oh, it is so hard to tell. Or maybe, it looks pretty pink. Wow, that really does like turn into a powder. Interesting. And then here is Pearl. Okay, that looks a little bit more up my alley. Or, you know, similar to, oh, or maybe, that looks really yellow. Why does that look so much darker than the other one? Because it's that much more yellow? That's crazy. I think I'm gonna go with Shell. I hope I'm making the right decision, but we'll get you zoomed in here. You can see I've got a few things I want to be covering up. Oh, that's a new one. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my primer. They did send me one of their mineral veil primers, but it's just been so long since I've used that one. I just want to make sure that I'm using a variable in this foundation experiment where I know how the primer performs. I mean, I remember really enjoying that mineral veil primer, but maybe I guess I can start using it once this one runs out. we're getting there. Fellow glasses wearers of the world, do not worry. I will be putting on my glasses later. I've just had some like contact related activities. I, you know, worked out this morning and everything. So I will be putting on my glasses, but okay, so Shell, let's do this. I know they said back of the hand, but I'm just gonna put this on my face. They also said to work. I'm so sorry, Hourglass, I'm doing this all wrong. But there we go. There it is. It feels so silky going on. I honestly barely even feel like I'm rubbing anything into my skin right now. But clearly I am. I'm getting some coverage out of this, huh? Ooh! My mustache. Really getting some coverage. Okay. So I don't recall it saying what kind of a coverage this gives, but there you go. I think it gave a good, like, light medium coverage, right? You can obviously tell that this half of my face has a foundation on and this half doesn't. I think this was a good shade choice for me, so yay. Claps for Cassie. Go ahead and put this on the other side of my face. Yeah. I mean, it's ultra lightweight. I really barely feel like I have anything on my skin right now. As you can see, I mean, it did a decent job of covering. It's not full coverage by any means. Like, there's definitely some red spots still peeking through. So, just because I'm a curious Cassie, let's see if curiosity is gonna kill me or if it's gonna make me a happy camper. See if we can kind of conceal some stuff. Didn't claim to be a concealer foundation. But I just want to see if it can be built up. So there we go. You can see it really clings to any dry spots. I don't think it really builds very well, so it's kind of like the coverage that you start off with. That's the coverage you're gonna get. But I think my skin looks nice in the areas where I'm not dry. So, I mean, that's a plus, but there you go. It really doesn't look too great on that dry side of my nose. My chin looks okay, but there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back in just a second here to check in with you all and see how this looks with the rest of my face on. It is currently 12:24 in the afternoon. I'll see you in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Alright, so here is what it looks like with the rest of my face on. I think it looks pretty dang good, you guys. I think this is one of those foundations that kind of gets better with time. I did go ahead and put on some under eye concealer and a little bit of concealer on my nose just to make me feel better. But yeah, there you go. That is what it looks like. And here's a flash photo test. Sorry I had forgotten to take it that same day, you guys. I was in a rush and totally forgot, but here is the Hourglass foundation on a different day, so, you know, same variables and everything, and I think it looks pretty good. I look a little bit shiny because I had it on for probably 5 or so hours at this point, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks good. No flashback to be seen, so yay-hoo! I don't know what yay-ho is, but alright. I've got a decently typical day going on here, but I am excited as always to bring you guys along with me. I'm going to be filming a Q&A with my mom, and then I need to go to Sephora, and I need to eat at some point because that hasn't happened yet, and yeah, just getting some work done. But I will be sure to check in with you guys periodically throughout the day so that we can see how this is wearing every few-ish hours. I will just be seeing you all very soon here on YouTube land. Bye! Hello everyone, good evening. It is the end of the night here. It is currently 1:50 in the morning. As you can see, my hair looks tired, which means I'm tired. I'm ready to take off my makeup and go to bed. Oh, it's gonna feel so good. I'm sorry, you know, vloggy footage kind of went to crap at the end of the night because all I did when I got home was edit and edit and edit and upload a video for you guys for tomorrow. I mean, by the time you're seeing this, you probably have already seen it, but it's my best and worst of beauty for the month of April. Let's take a look at this, you guys. I'm so happy. So as you can see, I have definitely started to get oily looking. I put that in quotes because I mean, I don't think I look that oily, but some of my oils have definitely come through and there is some minimal fading going on around my nose area. But overall, I mean, please tell me I am not judging my face incorrectly because I think my skin looks and feels fantastic. When I touch my face, it's one of those ones where the foundation does not come off on my fingers, which is great. And this feels so lightweight. It has felt completely weightless all day. Like I can tell very minimally that I do have a foundation on, but like I said, it is minimal. Since I've had my glasses on tonight, it looks like it did just fine underneath my glasses. It is starting to look a little bit like a mix between cakey and crusty, I guess, on the drier parts of my face, like kind of around my chin and mouth area, but it's very minimal. And I think that just goes to show that this foundation is meant for oily skin. But if you have oily skin, this might be worth going to Sephora, hitting them up, grabbing a sample of it, or hey, you know, go buy the full thing. But I'm personally one to get samples of foundation first, but I think this is definitely worth testing out. I am so pleased, so impressed. Hourglass, thank you so much for sending this my way. If you guys are new to my channel, please know that any sort of PR or whatever that I get, it does not influence my review at all. I told Hourglass that like the second they emailed me asking if I wanted to test this foundation out. You know, I say my only thing is that you have to allow me to be 100% honest in my reviews, and they said yes, like that is what we want from you. So here you go. This is my honest opinion. I feel like my face can't lie, you know, like this is what the foundation looks like after a full day of wear. And I got sweaty at one point when I was at the mall. Like it has held in real darn nice. And it just feels really good. Like my skin feels ultra super soft. So to put my feelings numerically for you guys, I have got my pause rating system. P stands for price, A is for application, W is for wear, and S is for shade range. For price, this is an ultra spendy foundation. Like I feel like the $50 range is definitely way up there. Like are there more expensive foundations? Probably, but like, hey, this is expensive. And like you are getting the normal or standard like 1 ounce of foundation. So I'm going to have to give it a 1 on the price. I'm so sorry. It's gonna bring the score down so bad, but like it's a really spendy foundation. Application, I feel like it went on silky and evenly and really nice. So application, I'm gonna give it a 5. For wear, it's not perfect, but oh, it feels so nice. So for wear, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.5. And on shade range, it was good. It was not perfect. I think they could definitely develop in the deeper shade range a lot more. But other than that, they did really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 on the shade range. It only gets a 14.5 out of 20 from me. I feel horrible saying that. It's only a 3.625 out of 5. It's just the price. The price really brings it down in the sense that this is very spendy, but I think if you have really oily skin, I think you might / probably are willing to invest in a foundation that might help your oils out. So if you take price out, this does end up getting a 4.5 out of 5 stars from me. So I hope that kind of helps you to gauge it, you know, if money is not an issue, but if money is an issue, you know, you can see how this is gonna stack up for you guys. As always, I just hope this review was helpful and or enjoyable for you guys in seeing whether or not this is a product that you are going to want to go ahead and get your paws on. If it was, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!